Hey guys, thanks for joining me at Lighthouse Prisms this evening. And we're just going to talk a little bit about manifestation and some perspectives that can help us be more successful. And this is really a great time to talk about it because this is towards the end of the year. It's already Christmas, and New Year's is a big time where a lot of people think about changing their life. We're making new plans on being more organized. Last year this time I ended up accidentally getting a puppy, and it turned my life upside down, and I feel like I really didn't get a lot of anything done. And so my goal for this year is to really be focused and disciplined and organized and intentional with with my life and my actions and everything. And so anyway, so this is the time of year that we just naturally think about doing, looking at the reflection in my glasses from my screen here. But anyway, so it's the time of year that we think about a change, like real changes, and can we get through the whole year, and see growth in those changes? And we can, and many of us do. And I know, good percentage of time, like I have an overall theme for my next year, and most of the time I can stay pretty on track with it and see major transformation in that area. But the thing about manifestation, I think that really blocks some people, or people get really find challenging, is that so often we're pulling something from out of us, inside of us. We're reaching for something. I want to manifest, a relationship that I don't have already. So you're like reaching out and you're looking for the person who's out, or you're looking for the job that's out, or you're looking for this or the wealth that's not there. And the thing about it is that is the knowing that everything we desire, everything that we want, everything that we aspire to, everything, if you want to be a musician, if you desire to travel the world, if you desire to create your wealth and abundance, if you desire the relationship, all those things are already here, and they're already for us. We are aligned. That was another dream I had. Well, the divine's voice when I was waking up the other day was like, it is that we are born already aligned for our prosperity. So when we're born, we are already in alignment with our greatest abundance and most amazing life. We are already in tune with that energy. And so then we go through life and we come into the matrix, and it's like there's so much stuff many times that is just an obstacle to staying true to ourselves. There's so much our society is created in such a way that for most people, the obstacles are constantly teaching you not to be yourself, not to stay true to yourself, to your desires, to your thoughts, to who you believe you are, but to always conform. And the key is knowing that it's already within you, like your desires, your thoughts, your feelings, like your what you need is already within you. And so learning to look within versus looking without and trying to pull within. And also knowing that everything we desire is already here. It's already in this within reach for us. It's within the void. And like the divine, the Bible talks about, and many teachings talk about how creation was created from the void, from quote unquote nothingness. But the nothingness is not really nothing. And science is learning that science is learning about dark matter and learning about there's also material throughout the universe, throughout creation, called anti-water. And these things already have everything in them. They are the building blocks of life. They are the quote unquote magic that we don't understand. And so when we're born, every possibility is born with us. We are tethered to these possibilities. And when we learn to connect our mind to our heart, to our desire and our intention and our belief about ourselves, and we radiate our desire from our heart and not from our mind. There's so much talk about the third eye and connecting with source and divine through the third eye and through our crown, and through there's another chakra above us. I mean, there are actually many chakras, but of one of the main 10. And those things are important, but the power, like electromagnetically, the most powerful energy source we have in our body is through our heart. It has even more than our mind and our brain. And so when we learn to many people meditate or pray, right? A lot of times you feel like it's in your head. We're communicating from here. And so we've got to learn to you start here, right? You quiet your mind. You listen or you talk or depending on what you're doing, praying, but it starts here. And the goal is that you start in this area and you bring it down and you concentrate on the energy in your heart and you connect with, okay, these are my thoughts. These are the things that I desire. I desire to be, lawyer. And so how am I going to get to school and this and that for that possibility, right? But you start up here and then you bring it down, right? And you let it sit and you swirl it down and you think about, and a key is like smiling when we're focusing on our desires too, as well. And so finding the joy in it, but like, what is it that you want to do when you become a lawyer? Like, what do you see yourself doing? What is the victory in that? Is it helping people? Is it transforming laws? Is it, this or that? Like, you want a relationship. Okay, it's here. And then you bring it in here. And what is the fulfillment of that relationship? What is the joy? Like, do you find joy in serving that person and giving to that person, or in whatever it is, you choose for you. But the important thing is bringing it from the head, from the thinking, from just intelligence to the embodiment, to the emotion, to the confidence. And the confidence and the belief comes in when we get accustomed to feeling ourselves in that situation, feeling ourselves in that persona, that it becomes a part of us. It becomes part of our skin. It becomes part of our DNA. Well, because it is already, when we're true to ourselves, it's already part of our DNA. But we get accompanied with the feeling of being that, and then we project that out from the heart. And through projecting that out from the heart, it sets the stage to connect us back to the energy that is already in the void of that possibility for us. And that may sound a little woo-woo for some people. It's not very concrete. It's like, oh, you think about it and you do and you act. And yes, there is to some degree always some form of action. Miracles, things happen all the time without us having to act. But there is also an intention, and I believe when we have an intention of action, and even when we're in the process of acting, many things are drawn to us. But if you sit with it and you work on it, you will see that this is a lot more grounded than it may sound like. And I think a big key is remembering that the void is not empty. It's not empty space. It is creation that is already created that we are tapping into. And you know, the Bible talks about how there is no new thing on the earth. Like everything that has been is already. And so it is already there. It is just a matter of us connecting to what is already there for us and us choosing which things that we desire to bring into our lives and believing and embodying it. You know, and I think another thing that makes it a little hard sometimes, the manifestation, is that we live in a society, in a construct that really teaches us. There's so much that teaches us to doubt ourselves, to doubt our thoughts, to doubt our feelings, to doubt our desires. There's so many outside forces that tell us to compare ourselves to other people, to that you know, that there's lack of opportunity, you have a lack of knowledge, you have a lack of this, a lack of that. And when we're focused on lack, and we're focused on competition, and we're focused on things from the negative perspective, those put up blocks. We put up blocks ourselves. We internalize blocks that really aren't there for us, but we create them, and they become inhibitors to our truest desires. And so we're constantly on a journey to getting back to self, to getting back to who we are as a person, as an individual, as a creation, as a soul. Like, what is our soul story? What are our soul desires? What are our soul dreams? What do we remember ambitions that we had as a child, and what about them attracted us to them? What about them was attractive? You know, maybe you don't want to be a garbage man anymore. You know, little boys love garbage trucks, right? And so maybe you don't want to be a garbage truck driver anymore. But what about that? Did you attracted you? Did you love? You know, like, what is it? Was it the freedom? Was it just the ability to get dirty? And you know, and was it like just cleaning stuff up? Like, what about it had that magic for you? And seeing how that magic that you desired in that one thing has maybe transferred to something else. So there are a lot of really good practices that can help with meditation, and one of them, I have this candle. Actually, it's burnt down, but anyway, so one of them is a candle exercise, and you sit with a candle, you light the candle obviously, and you work on feeling the energy of the candle, and feeling the candle, and then feeling yourself separation from the candle. So you feel yourself, your energy budding the candle with the flame, and then you are able to pull your energy away and not feel the candle, but just feel your own energy. So there's that. And what that does is it helps it helps you learn your own energy. It helps you learn the separation of yourself and outside forces. And then there's another practice. It's a hemisync practice, and it is one where you go in from your mind, but it teaches you, what the hemisync does is it teaches you to push out your vibration. So to push out your aura, to push out your energy. And the practice goes from like feeling your energy. People's auras go out different amounts. You know, I guess the average person, it goes from anywhere from 3 to to 9 feet around you, but it can get a lot larger than that. You can push your energy out, you know, another 30, 50, 100 feet. But it takes practice. Or maybe it's already that big and we just it takes practice to feel it out that far. But you can push your energy out really far. And so anyway, so this hemisync practice is where you're pushing your energy out and you're feeling your energy like within your room, and then you're feeling it within your house, and then you're feeling it and you're projecting yourself throughout your city, and then you're projecting yourself throughout the state, and you just keep going further and further out, and you try to protect yourself out from the moon or from one of the stars. And it's a really, really good practice. The point of doing that is because it teaches you to it teaches you the ability to connect, I'm going to say out, even though I've been talking about going in, because it is from within, but it teaches you to take your energy within to connect with the void and to draw in. So we're putting our energy out, right, to pull in from the void that which we desire, to connect with the flow of that which what we desire, but we pull back in to ourselves. So we're putting the energy out and we're pulling the energy back in. And it's not like we're trying to grab stuff. It's a really weird concept. At the same time we're pushing out, though, it's not that we're trying to grab stuff from out of us. It's that we are connecting on a different level, a different dimension into the void that is already there. And not so much like I'm trying to think of a simpler way to tie this together, but not in the sense, it's not going out in the sense like you've got to take this from somebody else. It's like, oh, I don't have this because somebody else has it, and so therefore I'm trying to pull from somebody else, or you're pulling from lack. It's not pulling from lack. It's connecting with what is already there and what is already ours from the divine. And a key thing with it as well is that it's like when you do this, you're not trying to force anything. It's not like brawn. It's like you're playing with energy. You're learning yourself. You know, you're learning a different aspect of yourself, and you're playing with the energy. You're playing with connecting with the greater energies around us. And the thing about it is that as you do this, it becomes you. You become part of it. And so things start to happen and you don't even realize that, wow, oh my gosh, like all these things that I desired, now they're coming towards me. They're already in the process of happening. You start getting phone calls and you meet people, and you know, you go online and an ad will come up for something that you were thinking about. Like, just so many synchronicities and so many helps from the universe draw into you to help you achieve what it is that you desire, that help you become whatever it is that you're desiring. So I do hope that this has been helpful. I hope you were able to follow along and see the difference between, even though I'm talking about the energy going out, how we're not reaching outside of ourselves so much as it is expanding ourselves so that we're in touch with energy that's already there, that's around us. I just want to pick a card, see if there's an inspiration. I might take two, if the divine has an inspiration for us to help us in this journey of manifestation. I got this new deck, Fairy Tale Heroine, and I might pick one from Lightworkers Oracle as well. But let's see, is there a message about our manifestations? You know, it's amazing because there's so much, you know, that is out there that wants to teach us and tell us that we're not enough, you know. And it's so important that that those of us who have children, that we really stop this cycle with them, and we nurture them to be so comfortable in their own skin that they're not intimidated to sing loud and be out of tune, or you know, to be insecure in their own artwork. Or I think so often as parents, there's a tendency to want to prepare your kids for the real world, and in that we can tend to crush their spirits. And I think one thing that prepares children to be resilient in this world and not have to unlearn all the stuff that we have to unlearn and get back into contact with our creative side, with our inner child and stuff like that, is to help them nurture that which is already natural within them. So let's see what card we have here. I pulled, ooh, the Seed, number 11. Look at that. The Seed. Wow, let's see what it says. Oh, this is really cool because these chapters are different. They're all by different shapes. So the Seed is a diamond. Ooh, number 11. Divine number. Let's see. Guys, thank you so much. If you're still sticking with me, I appreciate this. Thank you so much. And if I've said anything that's helped, or please hit the like button, subscribe. Let's see. The seed. In fairy tales, a seed symbolizes a possibility that can be planted and nurtured, something that can grow from a situation and flourish, no matter how perilous or insuperable that situation might seem. Seeds, then, are about incubation, but the right conditions must exist for the seed to germinate. The germination of a seed is a metaphor for soul work, the work that we all must do to grow into wholeness. It takes place in the long dark out of which everything is born. The void, right? The dark, the deep, deep in the underworld, where the seed will burst out of its hard coat before emerging above ground in spring. But a germinated seed must be tended, it must be nourished and cared for, if it is to grow to its fullest potential, if it is to flower into fruit and to ripen. Seeds frequently appear in fairy tales, sorting tasks, and so they also represent discernment. What is it exactly that should grow from this situation? What exactly will you sow? What will you reap from it? What's incubating in you right now, and does it have the right conditions to grow? When it emerges, how will you help it to flourish? So it's pretty awesome, right? We're talking about manifestation, and this is talking about really the same thing with different words, right? About growth and potential and going into the dark and having the right nourishment, having the right conditions, the water and the sun, and intention, right? What exactly should grow from this situation? What should grow from our effort? The intention, the confidence, right? The direction. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna pull another one, not from the same deck, but from Lightworkers Oracle. This is one of my favorite decks. And so we'll see what this says as well. So what's gonna grow from that seed, right? What do we desire to grow? Let's see. This deck is really thick. I might just pick one more time. We'll take this one. Initiation by water, which goes with the seed, right? Let's see what this says. 23. It says your soul's awakening journey includes the experience of becoming an increasingly clear channel for spirit to be able to hear and see and communicate with higher guidance in the loving spiritual world. And so you are preparing for an initiation that will further clear and open your receiving channels, dislodging lower vibrational materials and sensitizing you to the subtle realms of spiritual light. Spirit can most fully illuminate and inspire a mind that is open and a heart that is unafraid and receptive. You will be grateful that you embrace the emotional clearing and healing necessary to become able to more fully experience the exquisite dimensions of divine beauty and grace. Your soul is opening to a world, Nova, to a world you may have only dreamed of. Such it is beautiful. Such is the beauty, grace, and love. Okay, guys, I guess I obviously need to go. The dogs are saying, hey, change. The change is coming. And so take that. Know that the seed grows in the dark. It needs the right conditions, right? Nurtures, and it needs water. So I think all this goes together, but I obviously need to go because the dogs have woken up because I think someone's walking outside. They get excited. And maybe, that was just a sign from the divine too, that, hey, this is the divine is like, yes, this is really right? Nourish. What are we going to nourish? We're nourishing the seed with water, right? And the manifestation. So anyway, I know the ending of this is a little wonky because the dogs kind of threw me off, but I appreciate the time. Happy holidays and great, just take this time these next few days to think about different areas and things that you desire to change and manifest in your life throughout this new year, 26. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be crazy. But know that some amazing things will happen. All right. Much love. Thank you.